This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show at the 2013 Vans Warped Tour, and I'm here with Emily's Army.
Joey.
I'm Max.
Travis.
Cole. The name of the band is Emily's Army.
Max and I are brothers, and our cousin Emily has a disease called cystic fibrosis. It's a disease that affects the lungs, liver, heart, bunch of things, and it's chronic. So when she was terminal. Mm-hmm. So when she was diagnosed, she was slated to live to be about 12. Now with advances in modern science and whatnot, there's technology that allows her to live now to be approximately 38, but we're still finding that push to find an actual cure, not just treatments, because we want to improve her quality of life. She's a fantastic girl. She's my age. She's an awesome cousin, an incredible dancer, and we love her and we want to support her 100%.
Your choice to call the band Emily's Army, how have you seen it affect Emily's life?
I think, we just are creating a lot of awareness at every we play like 3 shows a year, our benefit shows, and people always come up to us and ask us about our name, which is really cool, and we tell them, and once we tell them about it, they we'll tell them to visit the website, which is emilysarmy.com, and that's not our personal band website, that's her website, and people donate a lot of money, and that you can already see like a lot of people, like Cole was saying, like are expected to live longer now, and that's not solely because of us, but that
because of people like us.
It's because people that want to support, and we like to surround ourselves with people who want to support, and a lot of our fans who support us also support the cause.
Your new album is called Lost at 17, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now what does that title mean to you, what personally?
Essentially, the title track is called Lost at 17, and that's basically about loss of innocence and kind of sitting in limbo between 2 stages of life, which actually everyone has to go through if they make it to that point. You go to high school, and then after that, everyone kind of does their own thing, and you're always confused about what you're going to do. And that song, the reason it's called Lost at 17 is because it's around that age when you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. And that's kind of what the rest of the album has to deal with as well. We chose that name because a lot of these songs we wrote at that time period, and they all kind of relate towards that title. And so, because it's called that, a lot of people are going to be able to relate to this album. And everyone's gone through that point, or they're going through that point at some point.
Actually, your father, Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day, produced the album.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you get asked this question a lot. What is that experience like, working with somebody that you've grown up with and you've been pretty close to?
It was a lot of fun. When we're in the studio, he's my producer, and so he does tell me what to do. He tells me what to do as a father too, but when we're in the studio, he will mentor us and stuff like that, and I'm very thankful for that. We have a great relationship, and I don't know, it's just an honor to work with him from a father and son point, and also as producer and musician. What I tell a lot of people is it's like doing any sort of hobby with your father or grandfather or anything like that. I'm just very lucky that my dad and I share similar interests, and we both like making music.
What is the one thing that you took away from the experience of working with Billy Joe as a producer?
The one thing I took away is just to always be positive. Keep creating what you create and just do what you do, and have a good attitude.
I learned you gotta keep doing another take until you get the perfect one. And even sometimes if you have the perfect one, get another one just in case.
A backup.
Yeah.
I actually learned that there are millions of different ways to do a specific part of the song, and if you try out enough of them, you're gonna find that perfect sweet spot.
What is your favorite song on the album?
My favorite song is probably either Goobermensch or If Our Music Plays Again.
What's Goobermensch? What's that about?
So Goobermensch is an anti-bullying song. We don't like bullies.
Okay, Goobermensch is a German word for man.
Right. So it's a play on actually a term coined by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche.
Okay.
And he actually called the Übermensch someone who forsakes everybody and rises to the top. And I just don't think that's an attitude people should go through life with, You should become friends with people, interact with them, and it's not it's not cool to be mean to people.
This is your message to the world.
Our whole thing is we don't want people to feel alone. A lot of people, like to be alone and spend time alone. That's great, but there's also a lot of people that are isolated by their peers, and that's one thing that we don't agree with or like. We want our music to be able to bring people together. We love seeing at shows people that are friends from school and people that we've never talked to in our life come together and are dancing together. That's one thing that I just love seeing as a drummer from sitting in the back. I don't know, it's a great feeling to see people get along at our shows, and I think if you buy our album and listen to our album, you can connect to a lot of the songs, and if you can connect to a lot of the songs, at least one other person can.
Amen.
And then name another song.
Rescuers is another one that kind of is along that theme. Max wrote it.
Yeah, it's about a couple of our friends who actually have clinical depression, and it kind of paints a story of how their mind would work in a particular situation. A lot of people are going to be confused on the music video that comes out because I actually act the part, but it's really what I'm doing in the music. We're coming out with the music video for the song, and what I'm doing in the music video is I'm acting the words that I'm saying. It's about how you always kind of feel like no one's out there. So what we're trying to do with our band is actually be the answer to our own song. We're trying to make it so that there are people out there. You're not alone. It gets better. But that song, The Rescuers, is the description of how one could possibly feel.
Do you guys are how do you guys know so much about this? How do you know so much about isolation as a kid? Is it because you guys have lived through? I mean, were you isolated? I don't. And you weren't?
No.
Were you? How about you?
No, I mean, it's something you see a lot among young people, especially when you travel around the U.S. like we're doing right now. You see a lot of kids who get it in their mind that they're alone, and it's a really sad thing, and we want to combat that by letting them know we're here for them, other people are going to be there for them, and we just want people to be happy.
What do you think it is about you that has noticed the plight of these people that are being suppressed or oppressed? What is it in you that makes you guys notice that and want to help these people? Because a lot of bands are just like, hey man, this is rock and roll. Like, after I get off stage, I'm done.
I just think it's the type of people we are. We're lucky to have a group of people that are we're in a good group of friends.
We're kind of raised to be compassionate.
Yeah, our families are very compassionate people, and they put it on us. I mean, we grew up doing charity projects and stuff like that, and traveling around and meeting people, and why not do something good? A lot of people can play music. We may not be the best musicians. Like, if you pick one of us out, we may not be the best musicians, but as a group, we'd like to do good things for people, and that's what we like to say in our music. All of our parents and our families, we're very lucky. I've taken away so much from my parents in a way that how compassionate they are. I've also, all their parents are separate, or second moms, second dads to me, and so it's kind of, you learn from your parents, and we pretty much owe everything to them.
Here's a good analogy. Harry Potter, the character Harry Potter, that could have been anyone, any wizard, anyone. But it's because of his parents that they put love into him that he was the person that fought off Voldemort. Okay? So it's really based on love that your parents go into. I'm not saying we're Harry Potter or anything. I don't have a lightning bolt on my head. But what I'm trying to say is if your parents put love into you, it kind of starts with that.
I know. I totally agree. I think if your parents encourage you your whole life and they give you positive reinforcement, I think ultimately that is going to work way better than the negative thing where it's like, this is tough. You know how some parents are like, okay, I'm telling my kid that his drumming sucks because that's going to make him want to get better. No, it doesn't work like that. It kind of discourages you as a kid.
I mean, parents are there to educate you and make you better people. Okay. And so I don't really think tough love's good, but I also think that pushing to a certain extent is good. You need your kid. You need to find your kids need to like for us especially. It's we need to try new things. We need to get out there and be ourselves, but at the same time, adventure off into different. Different things. Trying different things is what we need to do, and so I think we're really fortunate for how we were raised, and that's, yeah.
You want to chime in?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, if you don't have somebody like that, it's never too late to find someone, you know? Just because maybe we're incredibly lucky. Not a whole lot of people have parents like ours that do some things, but it's never too late to find somebody who pushes you and who loves you the way our parents do. And so don't ever feel discouraged that you don't have...
It doesn't have to be a parent. Yeah. What he's trying to say is it doesn't have to be a parent. Like,
Therapists.
yeah, anyone.
Therapists are great, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just find someone to like leech onto and learn from, and that's surround yourself with good people.
Yeah, we haven't just had parents. We just meeting people, traveling and meeting people. That's kind of also what it does too.
We have many parents
Shape
all over
you
the
throughout
world.
your life.
And how long have you known each other?
I've known
Most of our lives.
him, Cole and Max since I was 4 years old, and then I've known Travis since I was, I think, 11 or 12.
So do you think if this band didn't exist, you guys would still be this tight?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were tight before the band started.
We started our band we started our band like 4 years ago, and we've been friends for like 14 years. So,
Could you see yourself in any other formation of this band?
this band, no. This is it. We are like there's the four of us, and that's what we like.
Emily's Army, you guys rock, you rule, intelligent, compassionate, love you guys.
That was a good interview. Thank you.
You got it. Blaring Out with Eric Blair show with Emily's Army at the 2013 Warped Tour. Signing off.
The Blaring Out Show.